you a Semite?
Yes, I'm not.
Am I against you?
No.
Am I against Muslims? No. Are the Jews that came out of Europe, are they Semitic? Who are the Sephardim? Are they Semitic? Am I against them? Who has segregated them? And the Ethiopian Jew, is it not the European? No, the real anti-Semites are those that came out of Europe and settled in Palestine and now call themselves the true Jew, when in reality they were converted to Judaism. And I'll just say that the real Semitic Jews have been in that area of the world for thousands of years. They belong to Palestine. But these Johnny-come-latelys, if you pardon that expression, have put themselves there and say that that is their land. And now the Palestinians are under what Jimmy Carter called apartheid, the same kind of treatment that blacks went through in South Africa, and the same kind of treatment that we went through in America is what the Palestinians are suffering. So who is the real anti-Semite? Is it Farakkhan? Show me one Palestinian, one Arab, one Jew that we have done any evil to except tell the truth. And if you can't stand the truth, then you don't even belong on the planet.
Okay, so there I just showed you an interview Louis Farakhan had with Al Jazeera. You know what a stinking piece of filth this bigot is. What a stinking piece of filth he is. I mean, of course, some people will excuse him saying, well, him and the Nation of Islam, which are really bigots, well, the Nation of Islam and him, well, they got black people out of drugs and all that. Well, that's a later. Well, it's like saying okay, like many white people are on drugs and the KKK gets them out of drugs. Should we praise the KKK then? Should we? I mean, this is just insane. I mean, he charges the Jews who came from Europe to Palestine, those who want to build another future for the Jewish people, as being anti-Semitic. Says they're not real Jews, even though the Y chromosome of European Jews, of course, trying to be similar as the Y chromosome of other Jews, and the Y chromosome of European Jews shows that they are descendants of a Middle Eastern population, i.e. the Israelites, along with the other Jewish populations that are also descendants of, also trying to be descendants of the same group, of course, which are the Israelites. But anyway, I mean, this is insane. And he says basically that, and he distorts the meaning of anti-Semitism. Says, well, am I against you? Basically, well, when every dictionary definition says that anti-Semitism means bigotry towards the Jews, let me just take you to it says, alright, so I'm on the dictionary definition of anti-Semitism, and it says here, it says it's a noun, it says, there's a quote, discrimination against or prejudice or hostility toward Jews, not toward Arabs, not toward anybody else, toward Jews. Of course, it also says one is hostility toward or prejudice against Jews or Judaism, discrimination against Jews, prejudice or hatred against Jews, a Semitic race. Of course, so. Yeah, so this just goes to show how anti-Semitism is. Anti-Semitism just means hatred towards, prejudice, and bigotry toward Jews, not toward Arabs, toward Jews. That's what that dictionary definition shows, and why can't this, and I mean, and Louis Farakhan has the chutzpah to say that he's saying the truth. He has the chutzpah to say that he's saying the truth. He isn't saying, what truth is he saying? He isn't saying any truth. He isn't saying any truth. Anyway, Louis Farakhan also charges European Jews was segregating the Sephardic Jews and the Ethiopian Jews, even though it was Israel that rescued them. It was Israel that absorbed the Sephardic Jews when they were being persecuted against by the Arab states, by the Arab societies, when they kept on having to suffer attacks and being persecuted, and when they were being expelled by the Arab states. It was Israel that took them in and absorbed them, of course. And same thing with Ethiopian Jews. I mean, it was Israel that rescued them and absorbed them into Israeli society when they were suffering through troubled times in Ethiopia, and it was Israel that absorbed the Ethiopian Jews into its society as well. So the claim that European Jews segregated Sephardic Jews and Ethiopian Jews is false in any way. Because he tries Israel with running an apartheid system for the Palestinians, which is also false. Anyone with their right mind would say it's false, because whoever says it isn't, whoever believes it is either demented or a stupid idiot. That's the truth. Whoever believes it is a demented or stupid idiot, because that's what these anti-Israel propagandists are. Well, those who believe them are idiots, but those who say it are demented, evil people.